Hello and welcome back to another beer review. I'm Ben the Beer Lad, and today I'm going to be doing the second of the Sinnister Brew 7 Seas Arctic Ocean Imperial Stout. Not doing these in a particular order, they're just what I'm pulling out the fridge at the minute. This one, though, is Speyside Barrel Aged. There it is. And this is also 11.2%. I think I mentioned in the last video, every beer is 11.2%. So they're all Imperial Stouts. They're all 11.2%. They're all the same base beer. They're all just aged in different. Pardon me. They're all aged in different barrels, so it should be quite nice to just try different barrels, different spirits, whatever it's brewed in or whatever it's aged in. Sorry. Yeah, it's quite nice to just try them. There's some guff on the back, like the last one. It's black on navy. However, I've come into this one prepared, and I've deciphered this can beforehand because I thought last time I could read it and then I couldn't. So I'll read it off of a book that I've written it down in. But essentially, all it says is Gypsy brewed, barrel aged and canned at Otherworld Brewing in Dalkeith, Scotland. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm going to I'll double check. I won't, but I think it's Dalkeith, Scotland. This is part of a series of 7 Imperial Stouts aged in different barrels using the same base beer. This one is rich and heavy with hints of brown sugar, forest fruits, and a lot of whiskey. The name of the series was thought by Paul Newton of beerprime.co.uk, a beery podcast worth checking out. And of course, the excellent artwork was done by the awesome CharlieSnowden.com. This delicious Imperial Stout is ready to be drunk now. Both will age quite happily and evolve into something else over time. Share with a mate and serve at room temperature. And that's what it says. This is not at room temperature. I just didn't get it room temperature. It's been in my fridge because that's how I like my Imperial Stouts. I like them cold, and then over time, as they get to room temperature, they become more what they should be, essentially. But that's essentially what the guff says there. Again, can't read it. Navy, black, very hard to read. This is, like I said in the last review, there's 312 cans of each brew. There's 7 in total. I've got 5. From what I looked up, there's only 5 released. They're going to release the other 2 soon, so I'm going to try my best to get a hold of them. God. So yeah, I'm going to try my best to get a hold of them. 5 are released. Hopefully, if I can, I'll get the other 2. If I can't, this is going to be a 5 out of 7 part series that I'll just never finish. But this one is number 40. 40, that's correct, out of 312. So this is quite an early number. I don't know how I managed to get hold of it. I just Greasetown sold it. I just picked up the least number. Is that the correct term? The smallest number. There you go. Smallest number of the cans. And it was number 40. This one also has a best before of November 2027. So it's quite a time before it's like 4.5 years nearly before it goes out of date, in quotation marks. It was canned in November 7th, 2022, and like the last can, the can itself is textured. Every raindrop, as you can see, is a textured raindrop. It's very nice to feel. I quite like it. If you like textured can arts, it's just attention to detail. Doesn't need to be put in there, but it is, and it just feels good. Anyway, we're nearly 5 minutes into this and I haven't opened this beer, so let's crack it open and see what we've got. Now, the last one, number 1 of the series that I'm doing, again, no particular order, but number 1, which I did, I gave a 10 out of 10. So this has got quite a big thing to sort of follow up in. I've not had Speyside barrel aged stuff before, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. Anyway, so there's the beer. We've got ourselves a jet black beer. There's no head on that. It's very, very quickly dissipated, and there is a quite a nice alcohol ring. If my camera can pick it up, don't think it really can, but there is a nice alcohol ring around that when I swish it. Looks really, really nice. It smells quite good as well. I can smell it, and it's that, but I can smell it. Looks good. So let's get a smell properly and see what we get. Wow! Get drunk off the vapors. So whiskey straight off. That's the first thing you smell is the whiskey, followed by the barrel that it's aged in. So this woody, smoky smell as well. But you've got whiskey, wood, smoke. I'm not really getting any of the forest fruits. I was expecting sort of not a strongbow dark fruits, but something of the lines of, currants, black currants, blackberries, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not really getting much else besides the whiskey and the wood and the smoke that's coming off of it. There's no sort of fruitiness. There's no brown sugar. That's what they mentioned, brown sugar. There's none of that. There's no sugary smell. It's just whiskey and barrel. It smells nice, but I was expecting a bit more. But it does smell nice. So let's get a mouthful of pudding carb. Oh, you can light fire to my breath with that. Body's full, carb is dead light. That is boozy. It's very velvety, it's very smooth, it's very oily, but the booze is lingering. That is strong, that booze. Wow. That is something else. It's very, very different from the first one I had. I wasn't expecting that, but it is very different. They haven't just sort of made it a similar beer with a slightly different flavour. It's a completely different beer, this. Pardon me. Let's get a big old taste, shall we? Cheers. Wow. Oh, that hits there. That is strong. Wow. Now, I know when I said in the first part of this series that I'm not a whiskey, I'm not a bourbon drinker, I'm not a spirit drinker. I have the occasional one now and again, but this one you can tell off the bat what it is. You can tell this is whiskey. I didn't need the description to know this is whiskey. It's strong. It's very powerful, the whiskey. So flavour wise, yeah, whiskey. This is 11.2%. I'll double check that actually. Yeah, 11.2%. So this is a strong beer. You know you're getting 11.2 just from the first mouthful. You know it. It's strong. It's in your face. It's hitting you. So besides the whiskey, again, you've got the barrel. You've got the oak. You've got the smoky sort of flavour, like an almost tobacco smell flavour. Or tobacco, yeah, almost tobacco flavour. So yeah, you've got whiskey, oak, tobacco, smoky, bitter, dark flavours. This is not a sweet beer. Pardon me. The forest fruits are there, but they're not prominent enough to sort of note them. I don't really get them. I get a little bit of maybe a blackcurrant or a blueberry or a blackberry, something dark and fruity, but it's not enough to really say, yeah, there's dark fruits in this, there's forest fruits in this. It's not really there. I get the odd hint of it, the odd sweetness of there's a dark fruit there, there's a forest fruit there. Enjoy. You don't really get enough to say it's a dark fruit, it's a forest fruit. You get the odd inkling of, like I say, blackberries, blueberries, blackcurrants. That it's very, very specific. You have to really look for it. It's not really hitting me in the face. I was expecting a bit of a fruity taste from the currants, or the forest fruits as they're calling it. So I was expecting a bit of a sweetness from them, a bit of a, not tartiness, but a little bit of a little kick just to go sweet in there. There's some sort of sugar. It's a nice, it balances out between the bitter and the sweet. It's not there though. You get this little inkling, but that's about it. Brown sugar, you can taste it, but again, like the fruit, it's not enough to go, there's brown sugar in that. It's really sweet and it balances out really well. It doesn't. It's just a little thing of sugar. It's not really to sort of push your taste buds and go, yes, there's forest fruits. Yes, there's brown sugar. Yes, there's whiskey. Because you don't get any of that. You just get whiskey. You get the oak, the wood, and then you get some tobacco smoke. You don't get fruit. You don't get sweetness. This is a dark, rich imperial stout. This is not something to be sweet about, if you know what I mean. It's not a sweet stout. This is a dark, rich stout. It's to sip, enjoy. This is in front of the fire at the end of a night or beginning of a night, depending on how you go. This is sit in front of a fireplace, fire on, raging, that nice roar, the smell of the wood, and you just sit and sip and savour this. This could do you all night, to be fair. I'm not going to go rushing to drink and down this before a night out, and I'm not going to rush to drink and finish this after a night out. This is something, to be fair, really sit and savour. Do not, at least for me, don't go out and drink one or two of these, because you're going to be legless. I'll be legless after a couple of days. It's one of them. Anyway, I've probably rambled on enough, but it's one of them beers you just need to sit and savour. It's a dark, rich, bitter imperial stout. Just don't rush it. 11.2 is noticeable. It's not hidden. It's there. It's in your face. You know this is a strong beer. So sit and savour this. Don't rush and drink this. So I'm gonna go away and, like I say, sit and savour. Enjoy it. Chill. Relax. This is my night. I'm having it. I'm just gonna relax. So Sinnister Brew, 7 Seas, Atlantic Ocean Imperial Stout. The Speyside barrel aged version. This is number 40, again 40 out of 312 and at 11.2% out of 10. I personally think the first one I did was better than this one. I like it. I'm going to give it a 9, but I just need that forest fruit, that sweetness. Even if the sugar come through, I just need that sweetness just to add a little bit, just to give it a bit of a kick, or just to balance out or something. I like this beer. I think it's really, really good, but I just need a sweet kick in it. But that's just me. I like sweet stouts, imperial stouts, white stouts. I just like a sweet stout. Doesn't have it, but I can taste the flavour and I can see where it's going. I think it's great anyway. So yeah, it's getting a 9 out of 10. If you have had this before, please let me know. Let me know what you think. If you like it, if you don't. If you have not had it, the website of Sinnister Brew has a list of places you can buy this from. Whether you can still buy it or not, I don't know. I'm uploading these on the day that I'm having them, so If you can't get it, you can't get it. If you can get it, you can get it. Get it, give it a go. If you don't want to have it now and save it for later, like they say in the description, you can put this away and it'll be great. I want to buy a second one. £9 a can from Priesttown, which is here in Preston. I don't know whether that's worth it. This is good and this is worth £9, but two of these for 18 quid and putting one away for a couple of years, I don't know whether that's worth it. That's down to yourselves and whether that's worth it. I think it's good enough to drink now, personally. But I'll leave a link to their website, and if you want one, go on to the links that they have linked in their website to see if there is still one. I don't know. I don't know if there is. This is one of them. You have to buy it on the day sort of thing. And if you find one, you're lucky sort of thing. So, yeah. Anyway, if you like the video though, thumbs up, thumbs down. All that usual stuff. If you want to subscribe, consider doing so because the show must go on, etc., etc., so on and so forth. And I'll see you later.